There's a lot here, but my main thing is I don't think a lot of you like these things. That's it. That's my intro. Hey, I'm Amanda. I'm professionally curious and I talk for a living. You're watching Swell Entertainment, the channel where I tell you about whatever I'm obsessed with every week. And today we are talking about the AP Swatch collab and how it broke people's brains, it seems. I saw one video and I was like, this is fake. This has got to be AI. This is insane. And then I saw about 40 more videos across the country of people losing their minds for a $400 plastic pocket watch, all because it had Audemars Piguet attached to it. Wanted to make a correction. I say plastic. It looks like plastic, but this is their bioceramic, which is partially ceramic and partially biosourced material. It looks like plastic, but apparently it doesn't feel like plastic. Anyways, for this video, I'm wearing all of my watches. I think these are all my watches. I think I have one more in a closet somewhere. I also have this one. This is one you guys see quite a bit on me. I do think, as someone that does like watches, investing in a good watch or a fun watch, okay, is a good idea. This watch that some of you sometimes think is a Cartier crash, it is not. I do not have Cartier crash money. This is from a brand called Lafont, smaller brand. They have quite a lot of this drippy style, but I saw this and fell in love with it and I needed it. And frankly, it was a good investment. This has gotten me many good opportunities simply because cool people are like, oh my God, that's such a sick watch. Where did you get that? Can I see your watch? Wait, is your watch like melted? Wait. I bought it in 2024 and after shipping, it was $110. I think this was a great investment for me. And I do think that any watch that is not a smartwatch in modern day, that is an actual functioning watch, can be a conversation starter. Hell, some of these are gifted because I've worked with Holzkern, so I've gotten some from when I've worked with them. So this one also, people ask me all the time, is that wood? Is that a wood watch? It is. It looks sick. They're not sponsoring this. I'm just making a point. Some of these are not fitted for where they are on my arm currently. As someone that likes watches for like the intricacies and the tech of a watch, not talking like smart tech, I mean like literally like the tech in the literal sense of like how a clock works, how a watch works. I find it fascinating. Be someone who's interested in that and also in, you know, artistry and style and things like that. And as someone who is not spending money on fun things right now or is dealing with my, you know, impulse control issues with spending and things like that right now, watching this AP and Swatch situation is fascinating because I've never liked a Swatch watch. I like see-through clear tech. I like the old school style of tech like that, like the Game Boy Colors and things like that. But the Swatch watches just looked so clunky to me. And it's just not my personal taste. I like a whimsy. I'm not super into the childlike, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately for me, they look like the watches that I had when I was a kid. And so for me, it's just not my thing. There's a couple of APs that I've seen that I think are very beautiful in the way that they, you know, work with color and jewels and things like that. Do I have the funds for those? No. But I can admire the craftsmanship, admire the detail. So when I saw this collab, I was like, okay. Like it's the shape of the standard like AP style that I've seen quite a bit that I do like. And I do like the colors. I admit the green, I was looking at it. I'm not going to lie, but was I tempted by it? No, because it's a plastic pocket watch. It's a fucking pocket. I don't want a pocket watch. And I love a pocket watch. Not like these though. Jeez. Someone said it looked like a stopwatch. And yeah, this looks like a glorified bag charm for $400. Like it looks like something that someone was like, oh, this is innovative. And it got you like a Business Insider article because they slapped it in like a chain or something. They didn't look exciting to me. I wasn't excited about it. And even if I was spending money, I would not have been tempted by these. The way they did the plastic for the bezel, it looks 3D printed and it looks cheap as hell. Yes, Amanda does have bougie opinions on watches. I'm annoying. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think this was going to be like a cultural moment. I didn't think that this was going to be recession indicator discussions. I really didn't think about it. I was like, okay, you know, collabs like this are often like a way to take high tier luxury or even middle luxury into, you know, a more accessible lower tier market, if that makes sense. Tons of these happen every year. Not necessarily with Swatch. I did see a video from someone from 2022 because there are people that are blaming Swatch for this, which I do find fascinating. Swatch are the ones that are actually selling these. These are not being sold in APs, mainly because Swatch has more storefronts because it's a Swatch. This is going to sound like I fucking hate Swatches. I don't want to buy a Swatch. I don't have anything against Swatch, okay? Even as I'm discussing this, I don't have anything against Swatch. How this all unfolded, I don't have anything against Swatch. I'm going to start taking these off, actually. They are pulling at my arm hair. The thing with this Swatch collab as well, I think this is a really good example of obsession with status in everything, you know, with especially young people, Gen Z, millennials. Okay, that's mainly who I am seeing lose their minds over this. And, you know, there was an article not too long ago. Okay, I think it was this year. If I'm remembering correctly, I will try and find it. And it was about how Gen Z is buying less Chipotle and are instead buying Coach bags. They are spending less money out to spend money on status items like, say, a Coach bag or any bag to begin with, okay? And that was mainly talking about young women, obviously. And I think that, you know, watches historically, in my own experience as well, a lot of people think of it as like a men's thing, okay? Especially watch collecting. So I always jump when I find someone like that's a woman that's, you know, showing off their watch collections and things like that, because I do find it interesting. But that article, I think, which I'm going to have to find it, because even I think that the whole, you know, Coach over Chipotle, the frenzy around the AP and Swatch collabs, even though they are ugly and $400. Okay, now $400 is not nothing. I want to make that abundantly clear, especially when people can't eat, which is the discussion I'm seeing. There's a lot of comments I am seeing across the board on everyone's videos for people posting videos from the frenzy of these stores.
Moving up.
The comments are, I hope you all go to the polls with this amount of energy later. Don't disagree. But also, I thought everyone was broke. I thought we couldn't afford rent. I thought we couldn't afford food. Someone commented, for a pocket watch, but nobody can afford mortgage or rent. And the poster replied, it's the investment to pay the rent. And I think this is part of a bigger discussion overall of the resale market and, you know, hell, we can bring in Pokemon cards into all of this with the everyday now. I am seeing a video of, you know, people when you steal Pokemon cards out of a scalper's basket or whatever, you know, and then sprinting through the stores. The $400 Swatch watches, the $400 pocket watch, okay, already I saw people that I do follow who are sourcers. They not necessarily resellers. They are mostly hired to source specific items. Some of them were engaging with this to just pick up a bunch of colors and start selling them. And they all started at about $2,000 for what they would sell you the watch for. A bunch of the videos that I have, which I will show you up here, most of them are starting at $2K.
It's like one or three guys there with a whole bag of swatches. Like, I don't know how they got 20 pieces, but they have 20 pieces there and they're selling it for around 2 to 3K.
I heard people are actually trying to go on carousel, trying to hire people to come and queue for them. I don't think many of them are here for the watch itself. I think it's just for the resale value in it.
Even someone went, I think, into a jewelry store and was like telling the guy, like, yeah, what would you give for all these? And he was like, just wait. Because in a couple of days, price is going to go up. Price is going to go up.
I bought 2 pink ones.
That's what everybody said.
2,000 a pop. Little secret. Wait till Monday. You know what happens now? Everyone's buying them.
Yeah.
They're running back to this block. They're all selling them. The Swatch is going to run out and the price is going to go up. Keep it.
This is like a limited release, but it's not a limited release. Like, this is going to be a line they are going to have for a while. The Swatch part is mostly irrelevant here. The value is not the Swatch watch. The value is that you are getting an AP at Swatch prices. And I'm not to say that, you know, in a decade from now, you know, there won't be, you know, collectors that would like these Swatch collabs. You know, I'm not going to say that that's not the case, that there's always a possibility of that. But this is one of those things where I feel like the vast majority, I would say, of people that were sprinting for these were resellers based off what I am seeing. How many of you actually like this collab? Like, you were like, this is sick. I'm so excited for this collab. I love AP. I love Swatch. I am so excited for this. And not, oh my God, this is my chance to get an AP. Because the amount of people that I saw walking around being like, let me show you the AP. Like the swatch is irrelevant here, really.
So, Samuel, what's your first impression?
I love them. Both touch and feel, the bezel, the brushed case, everything is spot on. You can see a lot of similarities with the brushed finish on the case, the screws, everything.
The tapissier dial. Tapissier.
Yeah.
And you can really see how they used the old logo.
A new very fun thing, they made loom in the screws. I think size-wise everything will be spot on, and if you
compare it, yeah.
This is in theory, if they can get this sorted out now, a great investment on the side of Swatch. I'm so curious how AP is going to see all this frenzy going on, because like there is the gatekeeping element of, you know, something costing that much money. Like the price tag is the gatekeeping overall with a lot of luxury items. And this is obviously removing that gate overall to make it with like, yeah, it's a duplex next door now, you know, with Swatch. And so now you can get into the house overall. Again, I'm mixing metaphors now. Okay. The frenzy is not, this is a Swatch collab. The frenzy is, this is Audemars Piguet. That's the frenzy. That's what this is. Okay. Make no mistake about it.
Swatch is not open today! Swatch is shutting it down. No watches today.
I'm just going to go on Google and we're going to hit shopping. And I'm just going to read you off some of these prices of what is currently available online. For Royal Oaks, this is one of the Audemars Piguet's Royal Oak watches. $75,000 pre-owned. $46,000 pre-owned. $59,000. Low price, $500,000. Royal Oak Frosted Gold, $119,000. $55,000 pre-owned. $38,000 pre-owned. So do you understand why some people were very excited about the $400 watches? That were not watches, they're pocket watches. Side note, there is also a company that I found already, which I find this interesting. There's already a company that is going to be selling a band for you to place the watch part, because the watch part can pop out. The plastic can pop out of the strap with the leather strap. That can pop out. So like, let's say you do love it and you're like, dang, I wish it was a watch. And I did see a lot of people that were pissed it wasn't a watch. And I'm assuming it not being a watch is part of AP's agreement to doing this, would be my assumption. I haven't checked. I will admit, I haven't checked to see if they've made any statements about this. But I'm assuming that part of AP's, you know, the part of the reason it is like a pocket watch style and not an actual wristwatch is because AP is protecting their brand as a wristwatch, because the overall style of the bezel itself does look like the AP style. I'm assuming this was their way of distinguishing of like, yeah, sure, it's an AP swatch, but it's not an AP. And again, we can all sit here and talk about the pretentiousness of all of that. That's fine. But I'm just trying to give a little bit more clarity as to, you know, some of this frenzy overall. Yes, $400 is not nothing. But comparatively to the other entry price of an AP at all that's real, this is nothing, you know, comparatively. It's not nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's nothing in comparison to the discussion of these watches. You get my point? Is that tracking? So, catching a breaking and entering charge for a fuck-ass pocket watch. What is wrong with y'all?
Oh, shit.
What is going on? Like, even from a reseller's perspective, you will get banned from stores. Like, they will ban you from malls. Like, they will do that. So I don't know why this is the move. Also, part of the reseller market is the value of something being exclusive, hard to find, hard to get. This is going to be around. They're going to be restocking for months, it sounds like. And even if that's not true, even if it is a little bit here and there, unless you've got people lined up already about like, hey man, I am working, I really don't have the fucking time to go stand in a line. I'll give you X amount of money if you go stand in the line and buy me the watch. Like, and even then, seeing these crowds, are you like, yay, I'm the one that got it? Are you not realizing the market value of the item you're about to purchase is going down as you stand there? I thought it was one mall. I thought it was King of Prussia. I thought that was it. Okay, which is a big mall. I've been there. I was there when I went to Penhurst Paracon. I went and had dinner there at one point. It's a big mall. There's still one store, you know, that has the thing that you want, you know, and it's so many people. I want to read off all of the Swatch stores that are currently closed. So this is from yesterday. It's the 17th. These launched on the 16th, okay? Which means that the frenzy at opening was so insane that they have closed the stores the rest of the day. In view of public safety considerations, Our following stores will remain closed today: King of Prussia, Soho, Roosevelt Field, Somerset, Oakbrook, Aventura, Mall at Millennia, Domain, North Park, Lenox Square, Green Hills, International Plaza, South Park, Lincoln Road, Houston Galleria, Cherry Creek, Valley Fair, Topanga, Ala Moana. Like, and even then, it's like no one wants to build a relationship anymore. If you don't want to play the game, you don't want to play the game, okay? A lot of people are like, oh, it's only one watch per person per day. So it's like, God, I saw a video of someone breaking open those fucking mall doors so they could be the first in line of the store. Again, breaking an energy charge for a $400 pocket watch, wild, because you can't make the money from the watch that you maybe would get your hands on if you're arrested. I've talked a lot about doom spending and things like that. And like I haven't done a dedicated video on sports betting or prediction markets or anything like that, but you've heard me mention it. I'm against most of those, but also I understand the desire of, let me take this risk with my money because I already can't afford to do what I want to do. I already can't afford to live. So I might as well take this risk because there's a chance that I could double my money. There's a chance I could make money on this for what in my brain right now is a nothing sum, when really it's like, we'll know that nothing sum is going to turn into the next sum, is going to turn into the next investment, and turn into the next bet, and turn to suddenly you have $100,000 of gambling debt. So I understand, in one hand, I don't like it, but I can understand, if I can just get in line early enough, if I can just get inside early enough and I can spend $400, I could make $1,600, and then that's a profit deal. And then I can pay my rent this month. I understand that. I don't like that that's the state that we're going to, but like, it's like that person said, like, that's the investment. If this is your first time in, I'm going to invest in this. I don't think I've seen more than one video, maybe two, of people who are genuinely like, these look so sick. I am so excited to get this for my collection. Or this is exactly what I want. So I understand the concept of like, oh, I'm going to wait in line and I'm going to do this and maybe I can, not have to worry about rent for a little bit. But then again, we're going up against people that are like professional resellers, probably have relationships with people in the store or have been talking to them for a while. I can understand it, but I also, you lose me when you're like, yes, let me force these doors open, because it's hard to make rent when you've got a trespassing case, breaking and entering, aggressive harassment of a worker. That's not the actual charge, but you get my point. The frenzy is insane. My dad was sending me, this is how I know whenever I need to like make a video on something, typically, because it breaches containment. And my dad sent me a video of like, did you see this? And I was like, yeah, I'm literally sitting down to film a video on this right now.
Are you guys waiting in the line for investment purposes / resell, or you guys want to hold it on to personal value for yourself?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not here for the watch. I'm here because I'm selling my spot. Because I know there's people out here that really want the watch more than I do. Like, for me, it just sit in my drawer somewhere. Like, I got an AP now.
I think also this is interesting, and it puts a lot more into context for me in particular. Not into context, I should say, because that makes it sound like I think these are the same people making these videos, both videos. But I think it's an interesting state of the desperation people are getting into. There's this trend. I'm using trend loosely. And I made the decision to not use any of these videos in this video, because I think it's one thing for a person to make that decision to post this on YouTube and be vulnerable in this way, admittedly being vulnerable, and another thing for me to put it into this video. And again, that is at my own discretion. You can argue I'm a hypocrite because I'm showing videos of people, committing crimes. There's this discussion right now on TikTok of the age of disclosure. Now, when you hear age of disclosure, you might hear that in reference to literally alien disclosure, like Disclosure Day, the movie that's going to be coming out, or just the concept of Disclosure Day of, everyone's going to find out about aliens. That's not what this is about. The age of disclosure is a concept that was created by a person on TikTok, basically being like, hey, we're all struggling. We all know we're struggling. Here's the reality of my actual struggling. Like, it may look like I've got it together, but here's the reality of how bad my financial situation is. Because people are getting sick of, I saw another video today while I was going through all the Swatch videos as much as I could find. This video came up organically, and it was, everyone's broke, but how are you guys doing this? Like, how do you guys have nice stuff? How are you guys doing that? Basically, there's a gap. And she was talking about like, there's a gap of what you say is the reality versus what I'm seeing you doing and what you're posting. And we could argue a lot on her side of things that a lot of it comes down to, you know, what is actually going to be posted. Are you going to post the photo of you crying and looking miserable? Are you going to post the photo of you happy and laughing at the beach? You know, same thing. You out to dinner with your friends, you popping bottles, you know, what are you going to post? You know, and a lot of that is the personal movement. But the age of disclosure was specifically being like, here is my reality. Here is how bad my reality is. Maybe this can be helpful to you. And I've seen quite a lot of these videos. And it's some people talking about how it's like, yeah, a lot of it was dumb credit card debt. A lot of it, you know, was I lost my job. A lot of it is I had a complicated pregnancy. I wanted a job, so I needed a car. And so I got a car. So then I got the job and then I lost the job and now I can't pay for the car, you know, and going through just the reality of either I have the job or I lost the job and now I'm screwed. But the amount of people that are just overall just kind of like, yeah, I'm screwed. I don't know how I'm going to do this in 6 months. I don't know what's going on. And seeing that discussion on top of, you know, oh, if I can just get my hands on this watch, then I can make this an investment and it's for my rent, you know, like to see these two things together. Like a lot of people are saying this is the biggest recession indicator because why are we running for plastic? And that goes back to, again, people want the nice things. People want the status. And again, in the influencer, this all comes back also to the influencer side of things. I'm bringing a bunch of things together and someone's like, Amanda, God, for the love of God, write something down. But seriously, the influencer side of things, because like you can basically get a better life for yourself by posting as if you have the better life already. That is a possible thing to do. I think it's much harder to do now, especially on TikTok, because no one is making money on TikTok the way that they used to. Some people are, but the major players are probably much broker than you would think they would be. A lot of different companies are changing their payouts now. Ever since the US owners took charge of TikTok, there's been a lot of complaints about payouts and, you know, the AI slop that has infested the platform. And, oh, is this to, you know, diminish what other actual humans are making so they don't have to pay people out, you know, and the discussion of that. So I'm a watch collector, and then getting even to start posting about watches and then start getting people, okay, well, maybe you're not going to get an AP, but you might get a Omega collab and get it sent to you and get some PR. And then you're posting about that. And then, oh, wait, look how they posted that. Let me get them something else. Oh my God, they got the Swatch AP collab. Ooh, we should send them the next collab we do. Look at how good this video looked. That looks great. Now, is this a thing that's going to continue to happen? Has it happened? Sure. Probably. Is it going to happen for every single person? No. But I'm bringing this up in an example as well. If it's not just like the reseller side of things, from the reseller perspective as well. It's also like, yeah, if you show you can get this difficult collab, then someone is going to seek you out potentially. Hey, I have 50 grand to blow. Can you help source me this? You were able to source that. That was hard to get. Can you get me this? Can you hook me up with this? Can you do X, Y, and Z for me? And then that's also funding the business. My whole point is that nothing exists in a vacuum. And unfortunately, with the state of things and how bad things are, I'm in a state currently, they're saying we're going to run out of gas in about 6 weeks. That's going to be real bad. And I'm not just saying like, you know, for Californians, I mean, like we provide food to much of the country. Like the trucks where the food coming from, them not having gas is going to be a problem. I don't know what's going to happen there. Hell, maybe by the time this video comes out, maybe we'll be out. This whole frenzy was fascinating to me, but I do think this is part of the bigger issue of even if my life is bad, I can still have nice things, the doom spending of it all. Even if I'm sad, I can get, you know, a nice watch. I can get a cute thing like a Labubu. What's $16? What's $17? Oh, wait, the one that I want is only being sold on eBay for $800. What's the price on, you know, supporting your inner child? You know, where's your Labubu now, by the way? Where is it? Because some of you I do think actually cared. I do believe that. The same way I do think that there are probably people that actually care about the AP Swatch collab specifically. That's just not who's showing up on my feed. Some of these people might have money. I think a lot of people don't. And I think they're just looking for either any opportunity, like potentially being able to flip one of these for more money. Reputable sourcers that I find that I know can get, if I had the right cost, they could source me a Birkin in the color that I want because I've seen them do it. They're selling it a $400 watch for $2,000. So of course, someone who sees this is like, yeah, I can do that. That's $2,000. I can get $2,000. I can get $2,000. I got 400. I can get $2,000. I think there's a couple of different things happening here. And could this all be a sign of collapse for the American nation? I don't know. I think there's a lot of people trying to speed run the collapse of the American nation. I don't think it's the people lining up for, the stores. I don't think it's that. I think it's the White House. But my thing is I would like to keep everyone out of jail. Be safe, be smart. If you're going to do this, I encourage you not to. I think these things are fucking ugly, frankly. But if you're going to do this, please could me doing this get me in jail? And then try and avoid that, because they would love for all of us to be broke as shit and ending up in jail so they can, they want labor. Please be smart. Please be safe. Also, they're ugly. I'm sorry. These watches are not good looking. It's a pocket watch. It's a glorified bag charm. Side note, the bag charm industrial complex. I want us to lock in and start making things ourselves again, because God, $800 for a fucking Dior bag charm. I need us to be so serious. Please. Okay, that's going to be it. I'm just going to keep talking. I'll link some stuff down below. Obviously, there'll be videos here, but I just, if you got your hands on one, do you like it? If you genuinely bought this for yourself or for a family member that loves it and will love it, please let me know. I'm so curious. Hell, if you got one, send me a DM of it styled. How would you style it? Or just telling me. I don't know. I don't like them. Anyway, that's going to be it. Please be smart. Please be safe. Please don't harass workers. Also, God, for the love of God. Anyways, reminder, I stream on Twitch. My Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Reminder, check out Girl Pop. Go if you like some more car, more sport content. Shout out to my channel members. Thanks so much for putting me on channel memberships. Always support me on channel memberships. I'll be listed down below. If they have my social media, that'll be up here. And that's going to be a day. Goodbye. I don't want anyone to go to jail, but that being said, I just think that there's better things to go to jail for. Not even just better looking things, but just in general, causes versus, breaking into a mall for a pocket watch,